Welcome to today's lesson, which is the lovely song Danny Boy. Nobody really knows who actually wrote the tune Londonderry Air. It's one of those anonymous tunes from the 1800s, might even be before that. The words to Danny Boy were written by Frederick Weatherly in the early 1900s, I think between 1910 and 1913. But the tune was written a long time before that. I think most people know this as Danny Boy. There's also a lovely hymn called I Cannot Tell, which has been written to that tune as well, so you might want to check that out. We're playing it as a tune on the English Concertina, and I've added a tiny bit of new technique into this, which I'm going to show you a bit later on. We're counting in fours, and we are in the key of C major. There are quite a lot of notes in this. If you look at the chart, the far right hand side of the page down the bottom there, it ranges from low A up to a highish sort of E. So the notes go from A on the left, B on the right, C on the left, D on the right, E on the left, F on the right, G on the left, A on the right, B on the left, C on the right, D on the left, and the highest note is E on the right. So if I run up through those notes, we've got so that gives us 12 notes, and we obviously get to play all of the notes in the scale of C major. Now, on the far left hand side of the page, you've got the start of the tune. Remember, you're reading down the page. You've got this run up, which is a B, C, D, E. Now, it comes in 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1. Now, B, C, D, E, and 4, and 1, 2, and the E is held for, well, actually beat 1 and half of beat 2, because the D that follows it comes on the and count in between beats 2 and 3. I have been putting little bellows direction arrows on my music. I haven't shown you those, but I find it a bit inhibiting, and I almost like to sort of wing it as I go if I feel like I'm running out of air. Basically, you shouldn't stretch the bellows hard out when you're pulling out, and you shouldn't really close them up at all during the playing. Try and always leave yourself a little bit of leeway, so that will mean changing bellows a little more often. I did say earlier that I start my pieces with the bellows closed, but I'm not so sure that's such a great idea. So maybe start on them a little bit open, play a few notes, pressing them shut, and then pull out again. It very much depends on the concertina you're playing. You may have very stiff bellows, therefore you may get more notes before you have to change. But I wouldn't sort of stick to too hard and fast rule for this. Just sort of feel it as it goes, and it will make you a much more natural player. I must admit, when I was practicing this earlier, I had a sheet covered in arrows for bellows directions, and it was putting me off. So I've printed myself out another one now, taken that off, and I'm finding I'm playing more naturally. With this La Chanel concertina, I'm starting with the bellows, let's open them out here. I'm starting with the bellows out. I'm starting by pressing in, and then you see I'm just moving in and out very naturally, and quite often. So we've got that nice run up. So B, C, D, E, D, E, A, G, E, D, C, A, dropping down to that lower A again. Now here, there's my new bit of technique for you. So what am I actually doing here? Well, I'm running up C, E, F, and just before I play the G, I'm playing a little F sharp on the right hand side here, just a fraction before I play the G. So the G is in its original place, and we call this a grace note. It's kind of doesn't really have any value. It's jammed in right at the last moment, and it sounds pretty nice, I think. So we've got, you hardly notice it, do you? Do you want to make a big thing of it? So the F sharp has got to be very, very slight. And then you carry on through the tune. That's the only extra bit of technique, but I think that's quite nice. Sounds quite cool, I think. So when you get down to that D on the last bar of that page, it's got 3 cells to it, isn't it? The 3 cells are merged. It lasts for 1, 2, 3, so all of beat 2, half of beat 3, and then you've got the run up again, and 4, and B, C, D, onto the next page. Same as before. B, C, D, E, F, E, D, C, D, C. So that's the whole of the first section. And then you have this next part, it climbs up. G, A, B, C, B, B, A, G, E, G, E, C. Going on to the third page, same run up. G, A, B, C, B, B, A, G, E, D, 2, 3. And 4 and 1, and it's G, 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 E. And that's the highest note of the tune, which is held for the whole of the first beat, half of beat 2, and then coming on with the D on the and count of 2. So you've got G, 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 E, D, D, C, A, C, G, E, C, dropping down again there, B, C, D, E, A, G, E, D, C, A, B, and on the end, the note that's written is C, that's the tune. And do the usual trick of adding an E note to it to give yourself a kind of a C major chord. So you need to play this with lots of expression. I play it fairly quickly because I think it can be a bit dirge-like if you take it too slowly. And don't be too rigid with the timing, See, I'm speeding up, I'm slowing down. This style of playing is called rubato, which means literally robbed. You're kind of stealing bits of one bar to put into another bar. You play it how you feel it, speed up, slow down, play it with lots of expression. Airs, this type of tune, the Londonderry air, they're meant to be played this way, not in a rigid kind of 1, 2, 3, 4, kind of time signature. Lots of expression, lots of feeling. Use those bellows to vary the volume, and it becomes a very human experience, which is the whole idea of this, isn't it? So it's a lovely tune, quite a lot of notes, 12 different notes to play. On this particular National Concertina, lots of changes in the bellows directions, but that gives you that feel, that expression. And as I say, speed it up, slow it down a bit, and if you can put that little F sharp in that little grace note, that's going to sound really, really nice. Anyway, that's today's lesson, and I hope you enjoyed it.